Getting pumped. For the Nate Price Arena stream. Are you guys ready? You ready out there? In the blue corner. From Wizards of the Coast. Weighing in at 195 pounds. 198 with sweater. One of the tallest people in all of Wizards. Our friend, Nate, the Hatchling Price. Today's match features a rematch of last week. In the red corner, scientists love him. Climate deniers hate him. Computers like it. I like them. Friend of the beta. Useful information. Who will be victorious? Let's go, boys and girls. Let's go. I stole my intro today from Nate. Oh, Shard, this got to go away. I don't like this. Go away. No, don't see this. All right, well, it's stuck there. Deal with that later.
How
Hey,
is
Nate.
it going, my friends? Welcome to another of our MtG Arena weekly gameplay live streams. I am Nate Price, your wonderfully cool and awesome community manager. I'm allowed to use these descriptions about myself. It's kind of like giving yourself your own nickname. It's how you let people know
Are you
that you're
allowed
cool
to?
is by telling them
I'm
you're
not
cool
sure you are
directly.
allowed to.
Anyway, welcome to today's stream. If you haven't been hanging out in the chat already for a little while, you'll know
Okay,
this
hold on.
is
I
going to
like
be
this.
just a standard gameplay stream. I have no
I like
addition.
this. what people
Anyway,
do when
welcome to
they're
today's
chatting
stream.
in Twitch.
If you haven't been hanging out in the chat already for a little while, you'll know this is going to be just a standard
how you
gameplay stream.
chat.
I have no additional cool news for you guys this week, so if you're hoping to hang out and see cool news, you can drop me like a bad habit and get out of here. I won't feel too offended. I will feel slightly more lonely.
Well, he just comes out and says it, huh? Probably lose half my viewers now, too. There is no new information, but there is clarification on a few points, and I think we have some good talking points. But there is no new information. Nate is too loud. All right. Yeah, I pumped him up maximally this time because I felt like he was a little quiet last time, but we're gonna turn him down just a bit. I appreciate that. I used to test before the stream, or during the stream. I thought I had it on lock. Clearly not. People I don't like. People who go into a beta forum and are like, I played a beta and they updated every week. Why doesn't this game update every week? Did you? What beta is that? Are you even playing that game? Like, that is the most bullshit argument I've heard. I hate that argument. I don't want a patch every week. What can you stuff in a patch every week? How can you make that many changes that fast? I'll wait a couple weeks for major updates. So even though, like, this is 2 weeks in a row without much info, because we don't have a new patch to talk about. They're working on a new patch, and I don't expect a new patch every week. And these people who seem to play these games, which I've never heard of, where they patch every week, I don't know what they're talking about. So have some patience, people. Have some patience. And I think most of you guys have been pretty patient. I'm not really talking to you. But you see these people if you hang out in forums. you see these people. All right, moving on.
Anyway, we aren't going to stick around too long on my giant oversized face. We're going to go on into the game and get started with today's stream. We got about an hour. This has been a fun day. I've been hanging out, talking to people from Twitch that I had to leave to come talk to, actually stream. And then I get to go talk about streaming with other people later. So it's been nice. A nice day full of Twitch and streaming and having a good time. So super sweet. Anyway, friendos, as you can see, I have packs in my account, and as those of you guys in the closed beta know, that means I haven't opened my packs that I received last Friday. So we can start off first and foremost by opening our packs and see what sweetness we end up getting here.
Mythic
all right.
rare
Well,
wild card.
that's a good start. Mythic wild card. I got 2 uncommons that I get to have, a mythic wild card, and a whole bunch of.
I got a rare wild
incremental
card out of
value
my
towards
Ixalan pack. So
Vault. Tishana. That's kinda
Tishana.
I don't have one of them. Induced amnesia. I'm actually
Induced
really surprised that
amnesia.
I'm not at the full count of induced amnesia yet. Ooh, profane.
Profane
I don't have one of those
possession.
yet,
So
sweet. All right. Well, that's
you
all of
did
our
pretty well
cards
there, I
right
guess.
now. Good thing we opened all that up. Would you like to expand your collection?
agree,
I
Shard.
would,
It
but I do
depends.
not have enough gold. Give me some
How
time.
they do it,
we're gonna remedy that. In any case,
Lots of updates means
here
lots
are
of
quests.
downtime.
You may notice one of these quests is a quest that we had last week. As I said, I've been very busy getting set for the NDA drop that's coming up soon because that's literally most of what my job is right now, is to get prepared for that. So I haven't been able to play as much as I would like. I get to limit kind of my playtime right now to hanging out with y'all. So this will be our chance to do this. I kind of want to just ignore these quests, if that's all right with you, and just build some decks and have some fun.
all right, I think we should be good
Soon,
now.
what I mean soon, I mean sometime in the next month, as we announced a couple streams ago. So more than that,
He is
I'm
coming
not
off
gonna
pretty
tell
loud.
you.
I think his mic
like
is
you
just
guys, I
louder
don't
than it
like you that
normally
much.
is.
I like my job. My job is fun. I get to do cool things for you guys, and I'd like to be able to stay here and continue to do it.
Should have tested, but I do think he's just broadcasting at a
anyway,
higher
let's
level than
see.
he normally does.
I am kind of ready to go
Thanks,
in
Shard.
and just start building a deck and get jumping right on into this, if that's all right. Let's see. I know that some of you guys have been asking about account wipes, and yes, there will be an account wipe coming up. It's going to be linked up with the new, whatever the big next upcoming update is. And had somebody also ask me like what players are going to get. Believe it or not, we will provide you guys all sorts of sweet information about the next update as soon as we're ready
Yeah,
to
this is your
release the
favorite,
next
Bees.
update, which
This is your
we're
favorite.
inching closer towards. For those of you in the closed beta also, I know we'd scheduled an AMA with Chris Clay, and we also usually post our state of the beta to the forums on Tuesday. Chris
Do we want an AMA with Chris Clay, or do we want an AMSR with Chris Clay? You guys decide.
got real sick yesterday, so he ended up in the doctor's office, and we postponed a lot of that stuff. We've already communicated that too. We haven't set a new time yet. He's still getting better, but I am maintaining contact with him and sending him well wishes and stern instructions to make sure he imbibes lots of fluids. And as soon as
You guys sent Chris Clay to the hospital. All of us bugging him for updates, bugging him for bug fixes. It was too much. He completely collapsed at the keyboard, working until midnight, developing the whole game basically by himself. You guys have sent him to the hospital. Come on, guys. Don't you feel terrible about yourselves? Don't you feel terrible? Yes, Ace, there's account wipes. They're going to keep wiping the accounts till the game's final release, would be my guess. But definitely they're wiping with the next big update, which they haven't given us a time frame for. Oh, man, California. Nice one. That is good. That's huge style.
he knows roughly when he's going to be back and around and ready to do that, we'll schedule.
That was
We'll
a
make
good
sure we
one.
post it up. It's going to be in the forums because
You broke
we
'em,
are still under
people.
the
You broke 'em.
NDA right now, which means that it's a lot of information that needs to at least temporarily stay private. But we'll be looking to expand out in the future, obviously, to have these conversations in like a non-NDA setting so that we can make sure that those of you guys who aren't a part of the closed
Those will
beta
be fun.
can also join in on the conversation.
I'm looking forward to that.
I don't know if
You have been well
Twitch is
trained,
necessarily the
my
best
young
venue for that, but it might be.
They will be no match
There's
for
a ton of
you.
options for us for how we.
Darkness! No, but we're only a few weeks away. Sub hype. 2 months. Thank you very much, Darkness, for that big sub hype. Appreciate it.
We want to communicate with you guys, and we'll take your pulse and figure something sweet out. So, he is alive. He absolutely is alive. I can guarantee that because he has, you know how sometimes you send messages to somebody and just pops up as seen, but they don't reply to you. That's kind of where he is, right? He's seen my stuff. He just hasn't replied to it yet, which means he's alive. He's just not.
This is just another case of Chris Clay not giving a hell about what Nate Price thinks. There was the previous stream where like Nate was trying to get information on the new update, but Chris wouldn't talk to him. So the only information Nate could get was by looking over Chris's shoulder while he was like playing the game with the new thing. And now Nate is badgering poor sick Chris Clay with emails, and Chris Clay is just like supposedly reading them but not replying.
Doing great still. So he's trending upward, I'll say. In any case, yeah. So as you guys know, some of these decks are decks that we played in previous weeks.
Bees and Shard working together.
Some of them are all aptly
to
named.
make a
This
command.
Deck is, changed its name recently
improvised.
because if you didn't watch our white-red match last week, oh, you are doing yourself a disservice. Go check out our VOD from that week because it was real cool. Had a real interesting decision point near the end of the game that I'm pretty sure I messed up greatly, and it did cost me the game, but it was super exciting to lose, I guess. And then we have this wonderful dinosaurs deck right here that's totally not vampires, even though it says black-white. I want to build a deck that isn't one of these decks. So
That's what I've also heard about gems.
I will
whatever
use
chat
this as
said.
an opportunity. What kind of things do you guys want to build? Like, what do you want to do this week? We don't obviously have too many wild cards, so it's going to have to be something that we can build out of the collection that we've got. And we have a lot of things, but we're also missing a lot of things, because such is the life of me, who has not had the ability to play as much as I would like to recently.
Good point, Shard.
Make green-red dinosaurs. John Flowers, no. Please, please, please don't make me do that. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to play really slow red-green dinosaurs. Build black-blue fairies. That's a really good that's not a bad idea. I've played a lot with that deck.
Here's a
Paulo
story.
Rita Damarosa has taught me a great amount about how to attack with black and blue flyers at instant speed effectively.
PVVDR
Timestream
taught
Navigator.
Nate.
No, don't do
That's
it.
a bold claim.
Totally vampires. Brass's bounty. You guys are really good. Treasures
Name
is kind of
dropping
cool.
on us. Name dropping.
Let's see. What else? What else do you guys explore? So we have an explore deck built. We can always audible to that for another game further into the stream. So definitely do that. Vampire control. I actually don't think I've got a good black-white control vampire.
What is
deck listed.
vampire
Mono-white
control?
aggro.
I mean,
Eh.
you could just say
Naya
play
and
Twilight
Rage.
Province
Naya and
and
Rage could be
removal.
kinda cool. That's not really dinosaurs, but it does have some interesting themes to it.
He's going for the Nine and Rage. He's
Yeah,
copying
let's build an
Ninja.
Enrage deck. That's a really good idea. Vo Antioch, appreciate it. I'm going to run with that one for right now. We can always play around with some more stuff later.
He's
so,
really hot. Like his mic is
first and
popping
foremost,
when he talks loud.
Let's get our mana base into things, because we're going to need to take a look at that. What do I have as far as land
I
go?
can fix that if they hire me for my cover letter. I can fix that right up.
Green, white, green, red. I have a single Rootbound Crag and a single Sun Petal Grove. Good thing I've got plenty of uncommon lands.
4
to make
Sun
sure
Petal
that I'm
Groves. I don't
getting
know
there.
when I got them.
I don't think I have a Polyraptor.
Merfolk
This is going to be a
control.
super jank version of this deck. Like, we're setting expectations right now. We are playing all kinds of jank right now. Let's just go ahead and search for Enrage and see what we come up
Gateway
with.
weenies.
Oh, Enrage is probably. I should probably use actual spelling. Enrage. I'm going to go home. I'm leaving work after this. I'm leaving. I'm going home. I can't work my fingers and the keyboard right now, which, considering that's like a large portion of my job, is not going to bode well for me. Anyway.
There's the Raptor hatchling.
We're going to put 4 ranging raptors in the deck because they are
Now
great.
look at this. He passes it up.
What
passes
else
it
do I
up
want?
for a
I
second.
have a single Ripjaw Raptor, so good old
How
Ripjaw
could you,
Raptor
Nate?
can get to the deck.
How could you?
Do I have? Oh man, I'm gonna have to check this out afterwards and see if I have a Zakama. So I have a mythic and an uncommon to use.
He's
What
just
do I
staring at him,
want?
and he's ignoring it.
I could get a single Polyraptor.
I guess
What do you
he's
guys
so
think?
sure it's going
single
in that
Polyraptor for this
he
deck?
can
I actually
pass
don't-
Raptor Hatchling for
I
a
don't know
while.
if I have any Forerunners, so this uncommon is almost certainly going to go towards a Forerunner.
Does he buy what, a
I
Forerunner?
have
Or does he
so I have
just
Trap
skip
Draw
that?
Tyrant and Polyraptor that I can possibly use it for. Look, capital N-O no, 10th Shadow says. So do I have the Dinosaur Harbinger? We're going to definitely use at least one uncommon wildcard on almost certainly. So all right,
you?
so we have capital no and capital yes. I don't
Let's
know
see
who
if he
I don't know
does.
who to believe. I don't know, like Carnage. Oh no. I'm not putting real dinosaurs into this deck, please. Hexproof can't be countered.
He does.
It's way too classy for this deck. Let's see.
And see, this is where he starts
How
hating
much
on
standard will
Jank.
be in the game when it goes live? Well, Trudon, as soon
'cause
as
you're playing a janky deck doesn't
are ready
mean
to
you
release
should
the
play
game,
Carnage
it'll be
Tyrant.
the entirety of standard. So we're
Boy, that sun
like
is just
95%
coming
of
in.
the way to having
It's nice for my skin.
Amonkhet block ready.
Vitamin D.
Kaladesh is lagging a bit behind, and we'll be ready to go with Dominaria really soon after Dominaria.
So that's pretty much the first mention of Kaladesh I've heard. He does a hand wave and says Kaladesh is lagging behind, but it could be on the menu, boys and girls, in which case my stream from whatever, Tuesday, reverse. I said most influential cards from Kaladesh and Aether Revolt not coming into Arena. You might have to reverse that and be coming into Arena. So, yeah, that's the first I heard of Kaladesh, and it looks like they're still gunning to get it in there. We'll see how that goes.
Ready to launch. So I'm gonna Polyraptor. I've
Do it,
decided
Nate.
that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna go for a
Polyraptor, hey!
one-off Polyraptor combo. Let's put a Bellowing Aegisaur in there for funsies. Put a Cacophodon in there because sure, why not?
Yeah, that's
And
news to me, Shard. Like, that's
as far as
big
everything
news.
else goes, I don't care about that.
I mean, you can say nothing
get
happened in this
them-
stream, but
What do we have as far
first
as
of all, I
commons?
missed that he put in Cacophodon there.
Definitely want some Raptor Hatchlings because
That's-
I think Raptor Hatchling is the card that is in the most decks that I have built.
Definitely put in
because
Raptor Hatchling.
it is just the best control creature other than like Soldier of or Sailor of Fiends. So
Okay. Let's talk about this. The two best control creatures in Arena right now are Raptor Hatchling and Sailor of Means, according to Nate. Chat, go. Nice, Ace, you're in? That's sweet. That's good to hear. Yeah, Naya Dinos is more fun than Red Green Dinos. Yeah, how about Chupacabra? That's a good choice. How about Nezahal? That seems like a decent control creature. How about Carnage Tyrant even? But somehow Raptor Hatchling and Sailor of Means are the best control creatures in the game. Tecatli Honor Guard could be better than that. I don't... Oh, man. That statement that he just whips out there just floored me when I was pre-watching this stream. Zatalpa. Siren Storm Tamer. Kite Sail Freebooter. I mean, Kite Sail Freebooter is an actual, like, control card. Raptor Hatchling and Sailor Means. Come on,
the snapping's good. Yeah, it's not too bad. Down with that. We'll see if we want to add that in. Before I do any more with that, we've already got 36 cards. I want to take a look at our red cards. See where you at, Harbinger. I'm also
like
gonna
a Tally
have to put in
Darkness?
couple of
That's
2-drops
sweet.
to do some mana fixing for us. And I absolutely, I'm just gonna skip straight to it. Do I have a Zakama? Because if I've got a Zakama,
Get
we're
there,
playing
Nate.
Zakama in this bad boy.
Get there.
The Miser's Zakama. Let's get
We
this
got
done.
there, boys.
All right, we're gonna need Reggie.
Sweet
We're gonna or not Reggie, baby Reggie, and Raging Sword Tooth. A couple of those at least. Let's take a look at our color mana base. Looks like we're mostly red green, so
Shard.
we'll do that. Anyway, how can I ignore Flash Creature? I mean,
Oh,
it's really
God.
easy. I just see it, and I don't I don't care as much about it. Like, I might still put it in the deck. I just wasn't leaving it out for the time being. Its world is not over. Don't worry.
I agree, Entropy. I'm not trying to sell those cards short,
my.
but calling them the best
this does not
control
bode well.
creature, I think, is bold.
Are we doing Miser's Harbinger into...
He likes saying misers.
Those are called Harbingers, right?
No,
All right, well,
they're not.
I'm probably just dumb.
They're called
Let's
Forerunners.
What? Forerunners, that's right, not Harbingers. All right, so we're going to run the Miser's Forerunner into the Miser's Polyraptor. So this deck is
One
high
poly is all
quality.
you need. You're not running 4 Polyraptors. That's ridiculous.
All right. Since we've already come to the conclusion we're playing not the world's greatest deck, let's put in our mana fixing real fast. We know we're going to want it. So what do we currently have filtered that we shouldn't have filtered? That's something. Let's reset. Okay, cool. Anyway, we need green.
I don't like
Where
to just...
are you, my little friend? Drover. We're putting 4 Drovers in the deck. That card has to go. Okay, we have 14 more cards
Drover's
to play
good with me.
with. The deck is entirely creatures right now, so pretty much everything else. What are we gonna do for spells?
Seriously,
Let's
Beard?
see. Fiery Cannonade. Fiery Cannonade is just great because there are so many aggressive decks running around, and does double duty for us. Let's put in.
I don't think that's anything to do
Put
with
in
play.
Fiery Cannonade. See, like
I'm sure
Ryle.
Chad
Let's
convinced
see,
him to buy
Phoenix
it.
goes in every red deck. Come on now, Phoenix. All right, I'm just gonna for the sake of argument, I'm gonna take a look at this real fast. This is a teachable moment.
Teachable moment.
Rekindling Phoenix does not deal damage to any of my other creatures, nor does it itself have Enrage. And therefore, in my super sweet Enrage deck, it will be doing nothing.
Phoenix is garbage, folks. Sell. Sell them. Sell that card. Beard, you made a big mistake.
So it's going to sit on the sideboard. Jover the Mighty, yeah, I know it also doesn't do it, but I mean, I'm playing the Miser's Zakama, so I want to be able to make sure I get my mana. We're dual shot's real good. I like that plan. Toss some dual shots in. I'll pull a couple in. Crown. Yeah, Crown's not bad. I think I like dual shot better than Crown.
Sell them. Sell your paper
Extra
Phoenix.
power
They're
and
garbage.
trample's not a bad idea.
Trade them in
Crown's
for
not-
Raptor
Crown's not bad.
hatchlings and
Yeah, we should
Sailor
definitely move
Means.
into like Stomp and the actual dinosaur removal cards real fast. So where are you? Oh, there it was. Missed it. Savage Stomp.
He only has one
Stampia.
Phoenix. He could have stuffed it
We
in
have
there.
4 cards left. Let's put in a whole bunch. I'm putting 2 Commune with Dinosaurs. It's very important. 2 is the right number too.
I want to see a black-green deck
two
shard.
more. No,
You've
not
talked
4.
about it a lot, but I've never seen
Not
it.
4. We get 2 more Miser's cards. What Miser's cards are we going to put in the deck now? We have white, red, and green to work with.
I know, right?
I
Dual
don't
shot
think
is
I
really
want
good.
anything from
I
the
missed
white
that
side of
line.
things.
I remember hearing that
It's just
before.
all this stuff seems real gross.
I mean, the fact is, if
Real
you're short
gross.
on Forerunners,
White.
maybe dual shot is
Thunder
okay.
Herd the lone Thunder Herd
But
migration.
really good.
All right. Reckless Rage, Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike.
He's too busy.
Strike,
He's
no
too
fun.
busy, Ace.
How I feel about Reckless Rage.
Got no time to actually
How
play the
do
game.
I feel about Reckless Rage? It's a reckless call, but maybe it's right. Maybe
Terrible
it's
joke, number 30.
right. What's it? Rage?
He probably doesn't even have it.
Reckless Rage? What is this Reckless Rage you're talking about?
Doesn't even have it. You gotta
I don't even know what this
click
is.
the
Did you
wild
make
card
something up
thing,
and did I fall
bro.
for it? Because that sounds about right.
Now he thinks it doesn't exist.
Literally made red-green dinos. What are you talking about? Like, this deck is anything but red-green dinos. That is crazy talk.
Yeah, if it was like Twin Bolt, it would be better.
No Ixalan's Binding, no Shaper Sanctuary, Shake the
Ninja.
Foundation.
Gotcha.
Ban Ferocidon. All right, I banned Ferocidon from this deck.
I have a little something to say to you, Ninja.
Let's see.
We're gonna wait a little bit on that, though, since you just got here. I don't wanna just
or PTQs from Magic Online.
Jump on you.
There are no plans for anything like that right now, although I'm sure that, at least as far as I know, right now the most important thing is making the game. And once the game gets made, we'll see what we can do as far as tournament.
That's not true. When they had the couch talk with Chris KO and Chris Clay and him, they clearly mentioned that they want to do tournaments. And other events like that. They clearly said that. So to say that it just is non-existent, yes, I am, Ace. I can't call you Nate, Ace, because we already have a Nate in this stream. So I'm gonna have to keep calling you Ace. Sunderay, what up? Yeah. Clearly said they're gonna have this kind of stuff, events and tournaments and what have you. So I don't know what he's talking about here.
Structures go. All right, I am gonna toss in
which I think are gonna be super fun to play, especially the odd format ones.
Invocation is really cool. It leads to some really interesting moments. All right, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. We'll put a Sunbird's Invocation in there. Now we've had a Fiery Bird. I'm gonna put a single Rylan. Actually, no, we're gonna take the Sunbird's Invocation out. Get out of here, friend. And we're gonna put in.
That was a quick flip flop.
Crown.
Crown hype. Yeah, Shard, I'll talk about that when it comes up. That's one of the discussion points I wanted to make today.
Actually, let's go back into the deck because I forgot to add our mana base. we're definitely changing that up.
That's a classic me maneuver right there.
What do I want to add as far as lands go?
Just make a deck, don't even put in the lands, and run it.
Rootbound Crag in.
Find out really quick that
we mostly
you need to quit that game and start over.
Some Petal Grove, Tranquil Expanses. We
kind of.
Like,
I wouldn't say 100%. Like, he already talked about Kaladesh coming in, Sunderay, which we didn't really have any confirmation of. Seriously, Ninja. He's just improving on your deck, Ninja, so don't be jealous.
Now we battle. So, competitive constructed.
There's a few other good clarifications he makes, Sunderay, so...
Select this deck.
Yes, there's no news, but yes, there is some news.
Let's see.
It's the best I could say. Lands and win cons.
Naming decks is my strong point. Playing decks not my strong point. Building decks not my strong point.
He's a very good deck
with
namer.
Interesting names is not super. Oh, match found. Super.
One day I'd like to get him to name one of my decks for me.
That will be good to know
Sunderay?
for future Janets that I encounter in my life.
Damn it, Janet. I love you.
Okay.
Raptor Hatchling opening hand.
Well, this is a pretty decent start.
Gotta keep it.
Keep this.
Easy keep.
A very interesting draw.
Oh, yeah. I've heard people had problems the way the triggers stacked with that, though, Ninja. I have
Gotta keep that stuff.
No experience with it, though.
Hold on, that's very important. Hello.
There we go. Emote hype.
All right, I think I'm gonna Drover. Be prepared to Ripjaw. Cause with
boy, this looks like red-green dinos.
Rude.
Certainly look like red-green dinos at that start.
War. They didn't even emote me back. I don't think that makes me sad. Very sad.
Emotes.
Right.
Me and Nate take emotes way too personally.
You would not like to counter my Ripjaw or Raptor Hatchling. Let's do this.
Raptor Hatchling hype.
Spam GG. No, I'm not a scumbag. Why would you do that?
Chat is definitely a scumbag. Chat is 100% scumbag.
The windows open.
All right, 95%.
Raptor into play underneath some counter spells.
Which will be an interesting number we get to hear from again.
In our opponent's hand, which will kill our lone Ripjaw Raptor, and then we will be left with nothing but a pit full of sadness.
Yeah, huge.
Where our heart and stomach used to be.
It's true. I think we're gonna get that.
Gross.
It's just down the line.
Whatever. Let's do this. Let's make a Raging Sword Tooth. Get value out of our Ripjaw Raptor before it dies.
Like, I'd much rather be able to rearrange the stack before they fix auto mana tapping.
All attack.
That has way more impact on the gameplay.
This guy's going to get better value later, so might as well do it now. Don't be a rude boy. Janatsu once got it. Don't be a rude boy.
Ninja, if you didn't hear, man, there's going to be
This is a wholesome stream.
Nate
wholesome stream.
Has a replacement in 2 weeks, so you might have a new favorite arena streamer.
Infinite away. Boo.
Shard with the jokes.
God, Joe, we're gonna need you to play. We don't need you to play.
Nate totally slow rolls some players here.
5,
I don't
6,
think it's this game. I think it's next
7,
game
8.
where he totally slow rolls players.
All right, so let's do this.
And
We'll
also
play Dinosaur.
brainstorm, Shard.
Now I will make an attack.
Yeah, I'm not clear on how it works, California. I've just heard that it
has been made.
doesn't
Make
work the way
a
someone
drover
had hoped it
of
worked.
the mighty. Make a raging Regisaur. And then see what our opponent's got. We're
I
doing
think
real well.
Maro's
We're
too busy for
really
this.
we're not really ahead, and our opponent's got a ton of cards in hand and a lot of life. And they're about to make our Raging Swordtooth. So I classify this as a good game so far.
Okay.
They sped that animation up, if I'm not mistaken. That looked a little snappier than I'm used to seeing with that, which is real cool.
They did speed those animations up, but it was a while ago. But they did something that tweaked animations when they went to multiple creatures. And faster is better in my book.
All right, Ryle, you're not really doing what I want you to do.
Forerunner
right
always
now.
resolves first. Emanations.
We're going to run into some serious problems in the very near
Amanahaminists.
I guess we combat attack with the Raging Regisaur, deal a damage here, and let our opponent choose. I choose you. Would you like to block? The offer is on the table.
Nate, you can't expect Nate to keep track of the words that come out of his mouth.
All right, well, that was as reasonable. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 mana. Oh, our opponent's not tapping.
All right. Because of that joke, we're going to take the ninja pause here. First of all, in case you didn't get clarification, it's menagerie. Let me actually head over here for a second. The pronunciation is menagerie. When I was growing up, I remember this book. Oh, is it the Glass Menagerie? Maybe it's the Glass. Well, now I'm not even clear. Maybe it was a pop-up book. What about pop-up? Yes. This is the book, folks. This book was sweet. And that's also where I learned how to pronounce menagerie. It's a French word. So there's a lot of kind of soft G's working through there. But this is a really good book. If you guys never read it. But while we're on the subject, Ninja made a point about dual lands. So we're going to talk about dual lands for a little bit here. He was mad that we don't get all the colors of dual lands, or like, you know, for example, Arena has Woodland Stream. They don't have the green-blue check land. I got to disagree with Ninja here. And I don't mean to pick on Ninja. I think Ninja and I have some back and forth, which hopefully is fun and for the betterment of both of us. But I think the color pie to Magic is super important. And the lands are a way to kind of enforce that. Like, if you just give everybody all the lands, like, the color pie basically disappears. Coming from a brewing point, I understand why you'd want all the dual lands possible just so you could make anything you want. But it really takes away from, like, the synergy and the feeling and the flavor of the color pie if you just can play anything you want. I have a very bad example of this, and that is 4-color energy. It's a very bad example because energy is a little different because it had to do with Aether Hub and Attune with Aether, and not Attune with Aether, not really with dual lands. But the fact that they just splashed for Scarab God because they could. It had nothing to do with energy. It was just the best card. And if you just give everybody all the dual lands, then all decks are just going to be just the best shit. It doesn't really matter, like... It's going to take away from the flavor of the game. So, I kind of like the fact that they limit dual lands. Like, for modern players and people who play older formats, when a new set comes out, the thing they're most excited for are what dual lands are coming. Like, that's an exciting thing for people to pack a dual land. Not to mention that, like, any rare dual land is probably going to give you $5-10, so you make money off the pack. But, like, it's the most exciting card for them because they have access to super powerful cards, and rarely is there a creature printed that's worth putting in, like a modern or legacy deck. But a land is always worth thinking about. Field of Ruin? That thing went straight into modern. So fast. Now, in respect to Arena, if you're going to give us green-blue Merfolk and white-black Tribal, white-black Vamps, then maybe you should be giving us those check lands. Or maybe you're using the lack of check lands to keep those things in check. But it's a little weird to say, here's a Legion Lieutenant and a Mistbinder, and we're not giving you a land that really helps you out with that. But overall, I like the fact that there's like... white is opposite black and red. So very often a white-red land or a white-black land, you will not get a good dual land of that because those colors are supposed to be fighting each other or nemesis or whatever a better word is. And I like how lands like enforce that idea of the color pie as well as kind of enforce your deck building to be more thematic or flavorful or something. So that's my point. That's my rant on your rant, is that I don't really mind that we don't get access to all the land, because I think it's cooler when you kind of enforce the color pie through land. There we go. Back to business.
Out. I really don't want to jam a Zakama into a completely untapped opponent's board. Thank you. I appreciate the offer. We're gonna attack with all of our creatures.
Nate's swinging for the fences.
Good decision. Let's see, other keyboard shortcuts. There are a bunch of keyboard shortcuts, yeah, actually. The subforms have got a sticky thread that walks through all of the keyboard shortcuts. Things like spacebar, enter, control Z for backing up. Escape also backs you up. Shift enter, I believe, does the old pass until your opponent gives you a reason to care.
Careful with shift enter, folks. That's what we'd like shift enter to do, but it doesn't always do that. I'm a big fan of using the end turn button and the shift enter button, but you'll probably learn the hard way when it's not working in your favor. I've been playing that green-white token deck, and I run 4 Danto's Vanguard. I use the end turn button a lot, and it makes my turns go so much faster. Otherwise, you have to keep sitting around for that Adanto's Vanguard trigger. Like, don't be afraid to use the end turn button. If you're tapped out and you have an Adanto Vanguard on board, use the end turn button. Like, if the opponent's tapped out and you're tapped out, shift enter, as he said, is supposed to pass priority until the opponent does something. Sometimes it does that. The weird thing about pressing shift enter is that it highlights the end turn button on the bottom of the screen. You can kind of see there. No, you can't because my symbol blocks it. But so you think it's just doing the same thing as end turn, and it's not. So something I'd like to see in that respect would maybe have the end turn button. Right now it fills in with like a gold yellow circle. Maybe when you press the end turn button, it's still a gold yellow circle, but when you use shift enter, it's like a green circle that fills in the end turn button. So there's some difference there. Because when I initially used shift enter, I'm like, it's just doing the same thing end turn is doing. Yeah, you just got to get used to that, like duals darkness. I don't think the AI is ever going to be able to figure out how to tap non-special lands correctly. It's got to get in there and do it yourself, and it's not that hard. It's certainly easier to tap lands yourself in Arena than it is in duels. But those keyboard shortcuts are cool, so you should look into them. I know we helped out Huge a while ago with the Control Z
Well, that's
thing.
really unfortunate.
And the fact that they're not listed in any kind of tutorial in-game is terrible.
Maybe they won't block.
But they'll get there
All right,
eventually.
fine. I accept.
Nate's a Southern dandy.
Turn and see what our opponent wants to do. We're in some trouble.
Yeah, but it's just
Possible. What
stupid
should
they
have
didn't
done
list it
is,
anywhere
battling
huge
with our
in-game.
dinosaur. Let our opponent make a decision.
And they didn't even post it in their
dropping the
forums.
comma
A
post
user had to
combat, but
make the list themselves
Who
to
knows?
post it.
Yeah, I'll resolve that.
That's
fine.
silly.
We don't. Let's go look through our deck real fast while we've got it here. I don't think I need the double.
Yeah,
up
Entropy,
or
I agree.
anything. All right, cool. Plains it is.
I remember someone saying 9 mana in chat when he got there.
Okay, sweet.
He'll get there.
Fiery Cannonade. That seems like a real bad idea.
He'll get there,
It's a
CGB.
non-pirate
Don't you
creature.
worry.
Literally kills my Drover of Mighty and leaves the opponent's hostage taker in play. Yeah, that's fine. All right. This didn't look like we were doing particularly.
Oh, yeah,
well.
where's
Our opponent
Origin?
had a whole bunch of land left over.
Where are you
but
seeing that
that's
name?
Okay. 1, 2, 3, up to 7. Our opponent's only got 2 cards in hand, so it's not terrible for us. Not great. Like we still want things to do. TM. All right, my turn. You killed my Tranquil Expanse. What do you think of that one, friend?
Nate is just running hot with these lands off the top. Zakama will not be denied, people.
All right. How can we get approved to stream MTG Arena? Objects21 asks. Wait until we are ready to
Are we
drop our
listing
NDA,
other streamers again?
which is coming along real soon. And then once that happens, you're
Whose stream are we
good to go.
watching next?
As soon as we've dropped
When's
that
this
NDA,
one over?
You can go out and start making content immediately. So keep an eye out for when that goes on. When that comes down, we'll let you all know, and then I'll drop in, hang out with you guys in your streams and your chats and that kind of stuff. And I want to see what sweet content you guys are making for me.
Sweet, sweet content.
All right, Raptor Hatchling.
Raptor Hatchling.
Really wish it hadn't tapped like that. Now that I think about it, it would have been really cool to be able to Fiery Cannonade after our opponent attacks the hostage taker.
Yep. Unclaimed territory. There you are,
Surprise
Darkness.
3/3.
Right there. He should have tapped
Especially
unclaimed
if our opponent's
territory.
going to play another. Okay, Deadeye Brawler. That's fine.
This guy's dropping the Deadeye Brawlers. That's hype.
All right.
Do it. Slam
I'm
it.
leaving this in your hand.
Slam it.
Does our opponent have a counter spell? They have 2 cards in hand.
No.
If you think they've got a
Slam it,
counter
Nate.
spell, then we'll rile our Raptor Hatchling and figure something else out. If you guys think that they don't, we'll cast Zakama and see what happens. So they have a counter spell. Jam it. All right. So I should be clear. How about this? Do we play Zakama or do we not? Yes is play Zakama. No is don't. Run it out. All right.
Boom.
Zakama.
Boom.
No, don't. Stop highlighting over cards in your hand.
I know,
Please
right?
don't.
Chat lethal is a thing. Of course they're going to say
No,
slam
he's
it.
just gonna die. Like our opponent's gonna Vraska's contempt it, but
Did you hear the clapping? The other guy clapped back there.
all right, cool.
See that?
That happened.
See how loud that mic is?
Sweet.
is
Now
just-
I hadn't thought far. I hadn't thought through what I wanted to do. Once
Classic
that
Nate.
happened. So I'm going to rile
Why?
a raptor hatchling.
Why? I think having 2 red mana up was
And I'm
probably
gonna
more
pass
important
the turn,
than
and our
riling.
opponent is going to. Oh. All right. Well, I'm gonna respond to that actually. I'm gonna destroy target artifact or enchantment. Actually, I am gonna respond.
I know,
to that,
man.
but I'm gonna do it. in a very
He
particular way.
can't do
Destroy
anything
target
with that
artifact or
hatchling. It's
enchantment.
just too powerful. It's in control of him.
Now we can resolve these things.
Gotta rile that hatchling.
Attacks.
Ninja.
Haste. It's usability. Sorry, gotcha. Yeah. I'm like, why is it highlighted? I don't.
I don't
What's
get
going
angry,
on
man.
here?
I laugh. I
I know
enjoy
the comment
this.
does things. I didn't think it did that many things.
So-
Yeah, oh, yeah, we absolutely destroyed the artifact. We're not messing around.
Sweet, sweet value.
All right. I'm not gonna lie. I've literally had Zakama in play once in my life, in any format. Had
It's
it in one of
clear.
my field decks,
It's clear.
and I
Nate.
played it because I am greedy.
Zakama is too much for Nate to handle.
All right, you do whatever you want. Oh yeah, yeah. We will move to blocks. I will choose no blockers. Thank you for the offer.
Oh, you
Jim.
know what?
It's very kind of you. Yeah, yeah. Draw up. Have fun. Draw your card. Do it. Do it. Please don't draw removal. That would be bad.
I think we missed it. But when Nate plays out one of his Raptor hatchlings, he does another classic Nate maneuver and calls it a Ripjaw hatchling. Another one of those great Nate cards. I think it's 2 colorless, 1 green, 1 red, 3/4 dino. In Rage, you draw a card and make a 3/3 token. The Ripjaw hatchling. You heard it here first, folks.
We're gonna eat the hostage taker at end of turn. I'm saving it until end of turn because if he plays another hostage, if our opponent plays another hostage taker, right now we're good. You deal 3 damage to target creature. I choose this one. I wanted to save 3 mana up, and I'm gonna perpetually keep 3 mana up because if our opponent has another hostage taker, now that we know they have them in their deck, I'm gonna be able to kill the hostage taker while the ability's on the stack.
Stompy.
Death touch. All right. Combat attacks. All attackers. I choose you. This is a comma.
Scarab
And
hatching.
then I will end the turn. Cool, cool, cool. Let's see what's going on.
How
Stealth
is
Knight asks,
how is he dead on board?
Yeah, that's cool.
Zakama can't go face.
So depending on what our opponent does, end of turn we get to do some sweet stuff.
Tetsumek Primal Hatchling.
All right, we get to do less sweet stuff now. Does that trample too? It does. That's good news. Good news. Combat. What you got? Nope. All right, my turn. Sweet. This one.
That's like the only bad thing about Zakama, is that he cannot go face with those lightning
Deal 3
bolts.
damage to target creature. There we go.
They're just abrades.
Let's put this into play. More red mana. I think we're just gonna battle. Like, I don't care if we block. I don't care if our opponent blocks. Or do I? If I give them more time to do anything, I definitely need to keep one of our lightning bolt effects up.
I'd wait till
I
end of
kill off
turn
one
for
of these,
everything.
attack in, make sure that we get in for at least 5, put our opponent down to a lethal 9. That's probably not a bad idea.
I think I learned that the first time I played Zakama. I mean, I packed
Zakama
3
deals 3
early,
damage.
so I would manage to get 1 down. And
Let's
I
make
tried to go
let's make
face.
sure we get our damage.
No
in
such
when we
luck.
can.
I wouldn't be doing any of this till end of opponent's turn.
Well, I probably should have just attacked first. I'm just gonna attack. Definitely should have attacked first, just in case our opponent has like a bounce spell or something. That we now we
Make
can't
it a
fully play
1/1
Zakama,
and
which
then
is real bad
attack.
for us. That was a big mistake.
Woo, Nate, the plays.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
The plays.
This
Teachable
gives us the
lesson,
ability-
folks.
We could always do it after they block, and since trample's there, yeah. so.
Teachable lesson about how
I'm
to
a
play
dummy,
Zakama.
But at least I figured it out.
Do a
before
little
it
bit of
became too
damage,
big
then
of a
get in
dummy.
there, and then think about
Which
what
may
you're
not
actually going to do.
I may just still be too big of a dummy.
He's playing against Sailor of Means, one of the best control cards
It's pretty awesome too because I do
control
have the chat
creatures
log
in the
up, which
game.
means I get to see.
It's
yeah,
decent.
Well, we'll do it like
It's
this.
decent. But it's not the best.
That is how we are assigning blockers.
This screen is fine.
I get through more potential damage this way too, assuming our opponent doesn't have something. If they do,
From the attacker's side, that assigning blockers thing is super clear, and I like it way better than duels. Like duels, the card had outlines and you had to click on them, and then it kind of auto-scrolled, and I could often get very confused on, like if I double-clicked or clicked once too much about where assigning blockers was going. But in Arena, that part from the attacker side is very clear. I like that.
and whatever. Like
People complained about that too, I think. Like, we don't know which one is which. What? How do you not know? That's clear as day.
we're getting greedy about this. Now we get through 7 damage. All right, that worked out well for us. Hooray, we weren't punished!
I think Nate is very worried about losing the Sakama on stream.
Oh, Bofer. Oh, Bofer. Welcome to the stream, friend.
It's no
right.
raptor hatchling, California.
Yeah, you're cool. Resolve that. Let's do some things.
It's not quite the speed bump raptor
Are we allowed to create
hatchling
multiple
is.
accounts during the closed beta or no? I do not believe the answer to that is yes, Phoenix. I think it is no. I'm going to say no and correct myself later if I'm wrong.
Thank God you can't have multiple accounts. People's attitudes and BMs are enough as it is when you only got one account. If you had multiple accounts, thank God there's no multiple accounts.
Resolve.
Yeah,
We can't stream yet. Nope, it's just our official channel. It's one of the perks of making games. I can do whatever I want. So
he
I say
backtracks
having
fast.
not actually done anything to make the game. But yeah, NDA is going to be dropping soon though, and as soon as it does, make some sweet content. Oh man, double dino skull, sweet, and 200 gold. So we are just
Nate gets a
shy
win.
Of, yeah, we got some creatures, sweet. Just shy of finishing off enough to go get another booster pack. Hey, check it out, guys. Ranked best of 3, hanging out right here. Who knows? Maybe it'll be coming at some point in the future. Season info. There's a whole bunch of really cool stuff hanging out here on this screen right here.
There certainly is, people. There certainly is. That best of 3 has been up for a while. The season info is super interesting. It's got a little picture of a calendar on it. Initially, when I was looking at it yesterday, I thought it was a book, but it's a calendar now. So I assume season rankings will be a thing, you know? Like in Eternal right now, there's every new season, the whole ladder gets wiped and you got to climb back up. I agree, but this is really the first time he really talks about it. So there could be things like that, ranking wipes every new season, every new set. Season info could mean the tournaments or events that are happening during the season. Season info could mean what are your stats for the season? What's your win-loss record? Things like that. Season info could mean a lot of things. So they're planning all that. Even though Nate brushes it off and says at the beginning of the stream that they have no plans whatsoever for that. He's just wrong. And yeah, I agree, Sunday. Those things have been around for a while, but it's important to mention it. I drank a lot of coffee. Yeah, there's no reason that season info can't include how you're performing in draft or on the ladder. Whether or not it would track it by deck basis, I doubt. I think CGB's fantasy chart is still good. Yeah, well, it was ready, man. It was ready.
That I'll be very honest, I don't know anything about.
Didn't have to wait long for that
anyway,
one.
let's we get to kill somebody with Sakama. That's kind of sweet. Good job. Thanks for the heads up, chat. Thanks for helping me out there, making sure that I play that as Sakama instead of not playing Sakama. All right, so I'd seen some people asking earlier for the black-green Explore deck. Here's our black-green Explore deck. We built it and played it already. I kind of want to put this together. So.
What do you mean by put it together?
What's going on with the beta invites? Sip Too Cold asked.
Angry Beard's in.
We had.
That's what's going on with the beta
Israeli
invites.
Knight said a squillion people who all applied at the exact same time, and so we're working through the list. And up front, initially, as we're working on it, we've only got so much like infrastructure support in order to be able to let people in. We're grading it and letting people in more and more day by day. We actually just made a big infrastructure change on the back end in one of the more recent big updates that we did that is designed at helping us significantly increase the number of concurrent players that we have, because we can't invite
When do you think
too
that
many
was
people,
that everybody
at the same time, because if we do,
joined
then
at
the
the
servers
same
don't
time?
work and no one can play.
First arena
We
stream?
have to make sure that we follow a manageable path, and with the infrastructure changes, we should be able to. We've actually already started to ramp up how we're inviting people, and it'll be going
Legion
even
Zealot
faster
hype?
in the future as well. So there's a tremendous backlog because there's so many excited people out there, and we're working our best to make sure that we get through it all. All right, this hand is. I stand
Short
by
on
my
green.
statements. This hand is real bad. So
Is it? You're just one green away from
Limbo
having a
control
great hand.
we can do better.
And you
than
got
that.
Dusk Legion Zealot to look for that green source. I might have kept that one.
Yes, not Moroax. I will actually not be happy. Not that I have a lot of say in whether I'm happy or not in this. All right, we're going first.
No, this hand's pretty
To
bad.
5 it is.
Mull to 5.
Yeah, sure, whatever. This hand,
Woo!
this hand is playable. Get to the bottom. Probably could have kept that last hand.
Grim
and
Captain's Call. He
just
likes
been
that
sad
card,
about it,
even if
but,
he's got no
let's not
creatures in
forget to
hand.
play land. Seems real bad. Yeah, no worries. Happy to help, Typical. Please reconsider the price of boosters. I mean, we've been very clear about this the entire time. What we're working on, it's the whole point of this beta. We got a whole bunch of stuff in here that we are testing out, and it's all part of just like a larger ecosystem. And as we add all the pieces in, we need people to test and give us feedback, and we're collecting all the feedback. We did a big economy survey recently, and so there's a lot of information out there that we've been collecting from you guys, and literally nothing that we have is likely what the final incarnation.
It's good
of
to
it's
hear
going be.
again.
So
It's reassuring to hear it again.
let's see. So don't worry. Like, keep letting us know what you guys think, and
I like how he used the word ecosystem there. Because that normally stands for ecological system. But it could stand for economy system just the same. Is Nate really that forward thinking? I don't know.
we will continue to make adjustments to things.
Did he really make that up, or did he just use ecosystem because it's a good word for that?
Let's see. Is this going to be free to download with packs to purchase? This is going to be free to download, and you will have the ability to earn anything that you own, like all the essential gameplay items and everything through play. And we're working right now on
Essential
what
gameplay
our
items.
engine for taking, like, real money transactions if people want to unlock things more quickly or in bulk or things like that. And we'll have that information up soon-ish.
Deep Root
Oh,
Waters.
that's gross.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Spot removal sucks against Deep Root Waters.
Cool. Am I playing a Vraska deck? I think there's a Vraska in this deck.
Look
I
at
think
that
there's
guy
a single
rifling
Vraska.
his hand up there, by the way.
All right.
This guy's looks like he has about as
Gonna-
much patience as I do.
Ravenous Chupacabra.
I did
outta
play
here.
the slowest
Because I wanna get
merfolk
a
player
creature
I've
to
ever
play.
played. And
When is
that
it
was
slated for
truly
release?
frustrating.
Later. It'll release when it's ready. Oh no. All right, let's see. Seeker's Squire. What have you for me? Oh, this is good news. We'll play that now.
Was that really your first joke of the day, Huge? Is that your
Yes.
lead joke?
All right, all we need is our opponent to continue to advance their board with more deep root waters for 9 more
No, he
turns
just
and play nothing
says
else.
it's with
and I
the
think we'll
next
win.
major update. Confirm that it was with the
Oh
next
yeah,
major
I'm
update.
super screwed. This, I mean, there's a yeah. No, I'm pretty sure I'm just not winning this game. Double deep root waters is a real big game, especially when we're mulligan to 5 and are not drawing particularly well post that. So we'll see what happens.
It's tough to win with the mull to 5.
Beauty thing about Magic is there's a lot that can still happen. Ooh, hello friend.
I will say, though, that his hands are indicative of the way I feel often. So he does start with a 3-land hand as opposed to a 2-land hand, which I ranted about. But it's all black. It's all swamps, and his hand is mostly green. And then he mulls and he gets 1 land. I don't know. Arena Shuffler, I don't know.
I don't know what you can do, but maybe something. All right. Combat. Let's attack with all of our creatures.
Get in there.
That's right. Instill that fear in our opponent. Let them know we mean business. All right, I don't think I want to play this right now. I don't think there's any reason to. And end the turn. Cool. Let's see.
Did I track her hype?
Any info on Amonkhet and draft formats? No new info this week. Soon is the best I've got for you right now. Shaper Apprentice. Sure,
too
what's
bad.
the worst that can happen other than our opponent making 2 more hexproof
That's
Merfolk?
too bad.
And River Sneak getting real big. All right. While that.
I think you got to ask the
what it
question.
is.
Like,
Let's get
Chad
out of
asks
here.
the same
Get out of
question
here,
every
this guy.
time, but you got to ask that question.
Okay.
Just in case he does give an answer. He might not even know how to give answers anymore.
Gotta run Golden Demise. Yeah, I need to double. I know I have a. I don't have a Golden Demise. That's the real problem. Is I don't have Golden Demise, and I don't actually think I own any Golden Demises right now. And we used our uncommon wild card for that very important Forerunner.
Any deck, Ninja.
Yeah, no, no blockers. Thank you for the offer, though, friend.
Grim Captain's Call gets back dinos, right? So you can get back a Raptor hatchling with that? Value.
Vitultra releasing Amonkhet and Hour of Devastation. We're going to be trying to, as we move backwards to get to full standard, I think we're working on block by block basis, because since so many of the mechanics are shared between the 2 sets, and that's usually what the hard part of this is making sure the mechanics get put in right. That's one of the hard parts, to be honest now. So let's see.
I'll die a happy man if we can see Nate Grim Captain's Call a Raptor hatchling one of these
Combat
days.
is not happening, so... All right, yep, no attackers. End turn. We can sit back like this.
Seeker Squire doing work. I was trashing Seeker Squire the other day.
Are we aware of the art direction feedback that we've gotten? Yes.
About that they're going block by
we've
block,
gotten a lot
Shard?
of that, and has been elevated to the teams that work on that kind of stuff. So do not worry. I know that you're talking about things outside of just the way that cards tap. It's a lot of stuff that goes around that. We've read a lot of those posts. Don't worry.
That 5-0 deck list with
As for
Merfolk
what's
was
going to
running
happen or what
4
we're gonna
deep root
do,
waters.
I have literally no idea as far as that's concerned. It's been elevated to people who make strategic decisions, and I am a wonderful mouthpiece and a really bad strategic decision maker when it comes to things that I don't know a tremendous amount about the inner workings of things.
Elevated is a
I am
weird
not a
term they
developer.
use for stuff. Oh,
And,
here comes the
the
hellos.
thought of me developing a game.
Watch out for Vormix. He's had enough of Nate's roping.
Our opponent is spam helloing us. We're just going to spam.
That's
nice
because you've
back.
been roping him. Your timer's almost up, and what'd you do this turn? Nothing. You've been roping him.
This is Magic the Gathering etiquette at its finest, right here.
You're the one BMing first, Nate.
All right.
Don't blame the
yeah, we'll take the
dude.
damage.
You've
We're
been
not winning
roping
this
him all
game.
game.
Let's.
Yeah, search
What's
I
the
don't
score?
like in Merfolk. It's too slow. Unless you're playing the Merfolk control deck, which we could try to
Things
make
are
Nate
going,
build next week.
Very well for us. I just want to play creatures so that I can complete our quest. We've done 3. I need to get like 5 or 6 more out.
That's a good
4 or
call.
5 more. That's not good. We need more than that.
Seriously, report this player.
I'm just gonna keep passing. No attackers.
I love that he gets spammed with the
Beat us
hellos.
to death.
That's my
Especially
favorite
with
part of the
line
whole
we had
stream,
before.
I think.
That's okay. Any new? So I'm gonna head things off right now. We let people know at the beginning of the stream. I know we've had a lot of people who joined us. There is no additional new stuff that we have to talk about right now compared to the things that we talked about in the last stream. So
Which wasn't much, by the way.
it's gonna be a lot of the same
That
rehash
stream was
stuff.
also
When's this
pretty
coming?
much nothing.
Soon. When's this coming? Also soon. When's this coming? Not soon. So that's the best I got right now, unfortunately. There's a lot of stuff like there.
That is his entire deal the last 2 streams. Let's hear it again.
Any new? So I'm gonna head things off right now.
Let's
we
hear
let
it
people know
again.
at the beginning of the stream. I know we've had a lot of people who joined us.
This is his job.
There is no additional new stuff that we have to talk about right now compared to the things that we talked about in the last stream. So it's gonna be a lot of the same rehash stuff. When's this coming? Soon. When's this coming? Also soon. When's this coming? Not soon. So that's the best I got right now, unfortunately. There's a lot of stuff
I think
like
I'm going to need to take an audio or visual
getting ready for the
clip of that.
NDA and getting all the stuff in game that we're going to be changing around for the next major update is it's a pretty massive undertaking.
That's just
and
ridiculous.
It's resulting in us spending a lot of time right now putting it in motion. That way we can actually tell you guys what sweet stuff is coming up. So keep an eye open, but it is
interesting,
not anything
Entropy.
right now that
White, blue merfolk. You do get access to a lot of good removal in white, too.
no attackers. Feel free to
Play
team
Radiant
beat us in the
Destiny
face.
and a bunch of...
We talk about the new last stream then. We can let the chat fill you in. Many of our wonderful repeat viewers were here for the last
Did someone just
stream,
call him out
so
for not having any information
help me
last
out.
stream either?
When will the Almond Cap board become clickable?
Here, he's getting sassy.
In terms of doing this stuff? Like looking at the sweet dust that flies up?
Sweet, sweet
I don't
dust.
know. I don't know. That's a very good question.
Burn!
Any place to view career stats wins? You know, that's a good question. I don't think the answer to that is yes.
CGB's
but-
channel. That's where you can view it.
Give our opponent the hello. Hello. No, you know, I actually don't. I don't know, Sans Serif. That's a good question.
What do you think, Shard? Do you think you could, like, if you had all your game logs, that you could write some script that parses your games and automatically retrieves all your stats from them? You've looked at those game logs longer than me, and I'm not sure if they keep them all or replace like only keep the last 10. But it seems like if you keep all the game logs and they have that information, someone could write a script that parses all that data and gives you your actual win-loss record. And for that matter, the decks you played against. But that is beyond me, Shard.
I'll be honest. I played on that board and I hadn't even noticed that. But that's mostly because I'm real bad at doing things like that. So, all right, I think our opponent kills us on the next turn, which is real cool. So I'm just
gonna
going
be
to
like
let them do it. I'm just keep
Groundhog
playing
Day.
creatures. Oh,
We're
actually,
going to
you
get
know what?
stuck in this infinite loop of
It's all
Nate Price
attack.
giving
Maybe
us no
maybe our
information.
opponent will block, and then we can Grim Captain's Call and recast things to help go towards our quest that we decided we didn't care about at the beginning of the stream. So.
Bad attacks just so he can cast Grim Captain's
No, actually,
Call.
yeah, I don't know if those are in the game right now, Webby. But it is like being able to track personal stats and do achievements and things like that is something that I'm 100% positive we're going to want to do. So, without speaking for the developers, because again, I am not a developer, I believe that that's something that is on the roadmap.
All right, bees. Peace.
Oh goodness, hold on. I want to
Thanks
say
for the
thank
bits.
you. That's what we're gonna do right now. Is there?
got
is
nothing,
there
right?
Thanks? Do we thanks?
Still just got nothing.
Hello. All right, so I can recast one of the creatures.
I know, Ninja.
Our opponent's probably just like, yeah, okay. I choose you. Yeah, there we go.
Did he get one card back with it?
Hold on now, because it's
Did
important.
he get one card back with his Grim Captain's Call?
Hello.
Now Nate's trying to BM him back.
There
Transy
should
Melody,
be a chat
not
while you're
even worth
dueling
it.
people. All right, I will not be the first person. My own personal Nate Price opinion on this is
Seafloor Oracle.
there are times the chat is very good. I love being in chat when I'm in like team games or doing stuff when I'm playing with friends.
Look at all these cards
And
he's about to draw.
largely, I really dislike being in like chat circumstances with random people because it is a potluck of people who are awesome and people who are less awesome. And I'm happier hanging out with people that I know are awesome and chatting with them than dealing with people who are not awesome. So, all right.
Okay, so that's Nate's opinion on chat. Well, Ace, you could check out my YouTube channel or my Twitch videos. But I built a hell of a lot of decks on Arena. I've built white-black Vamps, red-green Dinos, Naya Dinos, green-black Explorer, green-black Value Town, Sultai Explorer, Hadana's combo, Discard, green-white tokens, and those are just the ones I can think of now. Jund good stuff. I've built a lot of decks. The only one I haven't really built is a true mean merfolk deck. That is a bit ironic, Shard. Shard beat you, California, and Shard is on a big delay, so he beat you maybe by a long shot there. But what his talk seems to imply to me is that there might be open chat for friends. If they're your friends, you can open chat with them. But if they're not your friends, then you're just using emotes. Which is okay, but at the same time, it is kind of hard to make new friends online that way. If you can only communicate with them through emotes. But you might just be able to send a friend request. Like, I think that's how Eternal works, right? Like, if you have a good game, you can send someone a friend request at the end of the game, and then if they accept it, then you can chat with them. In fact, that's exactly how Eternal works. And I think that's a pretty okay system. Chat with your friends, you emote with strangers, and if you want to make friends, then you send out the invite. I said the same thing yesterday. Yeah, so that's a fine system to me. Open chat is dangerous. And I just like the fact that by not having open chat means they don't have to have a mod or someone who has to regulate that chat and punish people and all that. Like, it just saves them manpower, woman power or manpower, which I'd rather see them use on the game in a different way than just moderating chat. Does it? That'd be unbelievable.
Anyway, we did not win that game, which is cool. We have this wonderful set of games right now. We have 15 minutes left. Do you guys want to play? What are our quests?
I'm pretty sure
All right,
internet
whatever.
chat is
we need to win with win 2
well-known
games of blue-white deck. Let's just burbs them. I'm going to burbs people.
code
I'm
framework.
not playing the worst pirate deck.
Sure, you
because
could
it
download
is,
a single
an accurate
library and pretty much
descriptor
have
of
full
what the
chat
deck is. It is
functionality
just
in your program.
oh, there is a mute emote button. I will show it to you at the beginning of the game, even though I believe that Cheba, our friend here, is going to be very cool with us. If someone does, and I do this a lot myself. Hold on, let's see. Storm Tamer, carry. Yeah, whatever. This is a great hand. Keep this. You can always click here and mute. Oh no, they've been muted. But I don't want to mute them. I want to unmute them. This person's sweet.
You can mute, folks.
Yeah, I'm going to get a pack after this too. We'll open it up. I don't care as much for this game because it's really not going to cause me to go in and rebuild my decks. But that's cool. Any idea on when the AMA is happening with Clay? He's fine, as in not dying. I hope he's improved. His health is improving, but we don't have an exact date on when it's going to be yet. So
yeah, that's true, Shard, but much less of a person than if it's just open chat. And the fact that you could just defriend them really quick and maybe not even worth a report.
Duskborn Sky Marcher.
Why didn't? Oh, they killed one.
Anyway,
Firebrand doing work.
See. I feel like without chat, it won't be a competitive game. I can name a large number of other competitive games that do not have a chat functionality.
Yeah, that's a weird comment. I don't agree with that.
I hope
the chatter
that
there
is incorrect, but who knows? I also don't know exactly. Like we are looking at exploring the ways that people communicate with one another. We actually posted about this on the forums in the last state of the beta.
Language, Nate. That's how people communicate with each other, through the use of language.
We know that there are a lot of people who've been happy with the way that emotes are right now, want to see additional improvements in it. But also there are people who would like to see us, explore other options. There are a lot of people who like chat out there, and we fully recognize this. So finding a way to implement chat in a way that makes us happy, makes the people who are concerned about chat options happy, but also makes the people who want it happy is this wonderful fine dance. It's basically everything. The Magic community is huge. You guys love a lot of things, and you love many disparate different things. So everything we make is going to be people for it, people against it, and it's a question of finding the thing that the largest overlap in the Venn diagram actually hits. No one, if we ever make something that like literally every person who plays Magic loves, I'm actually convinced that I'm in the Matrix is basically what it comes down to. There's no way that would ever happen. That is clearly a sign that this is the simulation and the robot overlords are like kind of done playing at pretending that that's not the case.
There's a lot of robot overlord hype in chat right now in this stream. I can't bring it up for you, but if you rewatch it.
Yeah. Our opponent's got a nice
robot
nice
overlords are well represented in Magic chat. Yeah, there's some emotes that are useless. Sorry would be an emote I'd be in favor of.
And for things like making things possible, like we can make anything possible. That's the beautiful thing about. I think I don't care as much about planes.
That's why I told you to get in the forums, folks. Leave your feedback. Leave your suggestions. He claims anything is possible.
Anything that we put together, like that requires us to build something in the game, requires developer time, and there's a lot of things that we want to make sure that we get into the game. So we prioritize how we're putting things in. Like people who are asking for chat, there's also people asking for draft and asking for other sets, and so like it constantly needs to be weighed against what things it's important for us to finish up now, what things it's important for us to explore for later. And so we've got a ton of stuff on our list that we're keeping an eye on, and like we are constantly reading feedback. Don't worry, we've got like we have weekly meetings about all like that is just a digest of all the things that everyone has been giving us, both on Twitch chat and on social media and then through the forums. And we just kind of talk about it, prioritize things, put things up, and then work about communicating with you guys what we're going to be doing and what we want to work on in the future. And so. All this stuff is it is valuable feedback, even if it's something that like isn't going to necessarily be implemented earlier, even if we're considering doing things.
I'm not sure what Eternal's doing now.
It's always valuable feedback to hear that people want something.
I haven't played that game for a little while.
So that stuff gets classified. So don't worry. Like I am absolutely not saying that we're not doing a particular thing. It's mostly that we are going to we know that people want it, and it's a question of figuring out if there is a good way for us to do it, and
yeah. Ace, agree
where
there.
it fits into kind of the priority queue for all the things.
But they said they were going to look into fixing that.
There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can bash for 4. That doesn't actually help us. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to chart the course right now and try to hit.
Chart the course. There's a blast from Nate's past.
And I am gonna lose this game. So this did not work out for us. This game has ended up with our opponent playing a faster deck than ours.
March of the Drown. March of the Drown got me the other day. I killed the
Fathom
Fleet
Fleet
Captain and just got it right back.
Ago, but there was no way that was going to help. I think we're kind of dead here.
I think you need some kind of avatar. You know what I miss is you used to, when the avatars were on the side, you used to click on them and it would like shake and do something. I don't think these avatars do it. I haven't tested it since I remembered that when I was watching the stream the other day, but I liked being able to click. Like Eternal, you could do lots of stuff with the totems. I like doing that stuff. I get bored with the person I'm playing against pretty fast, and even just a little clickable avatar is enough to entertain me. It doesn't take much.
Too many menace guys, not enough way for us to keep around. I am going to go ahead and concede. That way I can play at least one more game before we go. So I know I need to kill the 2-1. The problem is like this deck doesn't have the
rank with Jank.
It is absolutely a racing deck, and we played against a deck that got a better aggressive deck than we got. So sometimes you win those games, sometimes you lose those games. That's how that one worked out. It was a fine opening draw from us, but our opponent had enough to slow us down and had a faster draw themselves. So like if we gotten a favorable wins there, that game is completely changed as far as the texture goes. So.
Oof. Nate dropping knowledge.
Thoughts on lifting the NDA and waiting until Arena is polished and ready for prime time? I want people streaming.
This
I
is
would love
important.
people streaming today if we could, but there's a couple like last critical elements that they're working on getting. Like we are absolutely not waiting until the game is in its perfect final form. Like we're definitely getting the game out beforehand because it is.
Sunday, that goes out to you.
It is a very tense give and take. Also, like we want more people out there being excited about things and. Consequently, getting like a lot of eyes on a game that isn't completely finished, you always feel a little bit nervous about those kinds of things. But at the same time, making sure this is butts. All right, making sure that we get more people out there and able to stream, so that the game is out there and people can be excited about it is a positive thing. So it's the ebb and flow of. Do we put something out there that isn't like 100% finished at the sacrifice potentially of what the reaction is when people get to see it? Or do we wait until we have that thing, but we have like a long period where we don't have as much excitement? And like we're actually really happy with where things are right now. We obviously have a lot of work that we can do and like a lot more that we can do, but I think it's really nice. The fact that you guys don't seem to mind when I'm streaming, and the fact that there's enough people who reach out to us and say, please let us stream now.
We don't mind it.
Kind of helps make our case. So it is definitely nice.
I don't mind your streams,
knowing
Nate.
that we have this ability to, flip this on a little early because we feel comfortable with where we are right now. And the best part is, it is something that's only going to get better as time goes on. And all the things that we get to add to the game get to go from being like things that we would have not like necessarily waited to get into the game, and instead become cool things that get added to the game.
This is a
when
good
people
point.
are already
I like
out there
this
making
argument.
content for it. And so I'm
Even though
I'm
I
the biggest
talked right over
advocate
it.
in the building for getting people to start streaming as like soon as humanly possible.
All right. So that's kind of a lot of information. But I agree with him. I disagree a little more with Sundaray. I don't know. I think it's fine. Sea of Thieves. I mean, I don't think you can, well, I don't know. I guess I don't know much about game release hype social strategy. But I think you can't, especially a game like Sea of Thieves, which has basically no relation to Magic except that there's pirates in both. You can't base your NDA release on another NDA release date like that. You just got to lift the NDA when your squad is ready. Well, that's California. There's some weird versions of that. Within the month, it's unclear what the month does mean. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think I would release the new update and then wait a week, make sure it's smooth, and then lift the NDA. But something he did say, we probably missed it already since the stream's already over, but he mentions that when the NDA lifted, it's just gone. Like there had been a little bit of whisperings of a soft lift or something where only a few people got to stream the game. But he made it very clear that the second the NDA is up, everyone and their mama can stream this game, which I like. But I mean, this is some interesting information that he gives here, and most of it's just his opinion on what he thinks. I don't think this game is in an unstreamable state, really. It mostly works. And it's an improvement over duels, in my opinion, already. We'll see when the next graphical update comes, I guess.
All right, let's make a this one and make a this one. I said make a this one. There we go. Cool. Foil premium cards at all? Not right now. No, we just have these cards. as far as long term.
I don't know. I don't think
I don't want
CSD
people to be
is
able to
the same
customize
at
stuff.
all.
I have no idea exactly what that entails, though. So if that's something, if you think foil cards are cool and you've got a good idea for that kind of stuff, by all means, shoot it to us. Like, we like reading. There's been a lot of there's an awesome thread on the forums that is a feature request.
I assume that's what that means, Beard, but that's not
sticky post,
actually.
basically. And oh no,
It doesn't necessarily imply that, which I'm not looking for a leg up any way I can get. So if a lot of people still aren't in the game when we can start streaming, sucks for them. I'm in.
Hold on. Can we just? If I put my hand over the favorable winds, our opponent won't see it. Pay no attention to the favorable winds.
But you would think the NDA would have to do
Probably
with open
not
beta.
there.
He's playing a favorable winds
The
deck
best part is a lot of the stuff that
versus
they
looks
saw
like
it.
green black kind of.
A lot of the stuff that people have been requesting
control
is things that
value.
are already on a roadmap, which feels really good for the development
See ya,
team to
Ninjo.
know, hey, here's this thing that a
Peace.
whole bunch of people are asking for.
Mozzie.
And we were already
not
working
my
on
deck,
a way to put
Mozzie,
into the
but
game.
welcome to
so
the stream.
It's super nice.
What up?
Then there's also been a bunch of really good ideas for things that we either hadn't considered or were more interesting ways of implementing something that we were already looking at, which is also really, really cool. We definitely shifted gears on a couple of things in the game based on the feedback that we've had so far. So thank you very much for giving it to us, and keep giving it to us. All right, next turn's going to be a pretty decent one. When is full standard coming back? I mean, we are most of the way through Amonkhet block as far as getting it ready to be implemented in the game. Kaladesh block is the one that will follow that. Dominaria will be along when Dominaria comes along. So
That's good. We didn't know about
we
Kaladesh.
are working our way there. The goal is obviously, like I've said this a whole bunch of times. By the time
Energy
we're
is
already launched,
back on the
we
menu,
can go full
boys.
standard. So additional questions that we've answered earlier.
That Grixis Energy
Why is my
deck is pretty
username not the
sweet.
prices right? Because I wanted to make it a Magic card, to be honest. This has been my Twitter account for ages.
The
and,
story sucks.
which is ironic. 'cause,
Strap
like,
in, boys and girls.
I am a
This is a
blue island playing control player.
boring
Have
story.
been my entire life, and I like Price of Progress is a card that sorry, I've been playing for a long time. Back in the day, I used to play Extended a lot. I like to play Oath of Druids, and had a lot of non-basic lands in my deck. Where Price of Progress, I have died to Price of Progress more times.
And he's
than I
gonna
have died
rope the
to,
opponent for this story
any
too.
card saved
the entire
maybe.
time. Play your favorable wins, Nate.
Might be the only other
Your
card that I've
story
lost
sucks.
as much to. And so, the fact that when we reprinted Price of Progress, I was asked to write the preview article for that
Quest, CGB, I
card,
think
made
the
me
Quest.
smile because, man, oh man, I hate that card with passion.
As far as
And
I
yet
know,
I've
you
chosen it
have
to
to
be
drag.
the
Someone
name
in
that I
chat
use
might
to
be
represent
different.
myself in all of these
Welcome,
places. So,
Olfelvin.
oh, it's so sad, so sad.
Olfaliven. What up?
Why do graveyards only have the first card layered on top? It's a visual bug that we are aware of and are working on getting fixed for. Became an issue with
Acknowledges
us
the
last week
graveyard
because we were
bug.
playing against an opponent who had Search for Escanta in play, and it became an upkeep job of
is such a
constantly
BM,
clicking on their
this
graveyard.
one.
Oh, well, it's the new card they added to the graveyard
Is he
this time,
still on
so-
his turn?
But yeah, it is something we are aware of, and it is a bug because beta.
He's still on his turn? I know, right, Sharn? Ugh.
Any plans to make a signing attack
He's
or
done
damage
with
to
it?
team ups? Yeah, we're actually all of the. There's a bunch of small visual elements as far as
His timer's going.
Attacking and blocking screens go. Like hostage taker is another really good example. It's really hard. There's no way immediately to tell which hostage taker is currently kidnapping a creature and which one isn't. And so these are all little things that we are 100% aware of and are looking at getting these small fixes built in to help make it easier to parse these very important parts of Magic for opponents. So, yeah. Yeah, you do you. I made sure that they kept a black mana open. That's probably not good for me. Likely means that I can't. Oh, they needed the green, double green for Jailer Ranger. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, cool. Yeah, you do you.
That seems like a
What is
blue
on top?
control player
Land
thing to say.
and Seeker's Square. Okay, cool.
You do you, as you're just passing your turn over and over again.
It's funny, Benjamin Santiago, your comment about the fact that there's some UI menu design things that's actually the next major visual updates that we're looking at, I believe that that's a strong focus for people, is getting a better look on the visual elements around the menus and everything. They were working on the battlefield for a long time, but I
I'd
think
like to
next
see
stop
Scry.
is that. So very, very cool that you mentioned that. I'm looking forward. I'll look forward to seeing what your thoughts on that are once we have made that change. All right, I believe we can play the Siren Storm Tamer and then just not
You'll be
lose
damned if you
unless
get
our
roped by
opponent plays a
Price.
flyer.
Oh no, man. I can
that's
tell you I
me,
know how to
unless
rope better
they
than
can
him.
Play a flyer, play 2
Promise you that. I have more experience.
cards, or I mean, even a flyer. Yeah, flyer would do it. Okay, cool. The cards have the magic font when you zoom in. They do not currently, I don't think. Oh no! Wait, I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. I resolved this.
Nate is always on a roller
Pretty
coaster
sure
of
that doesn't
emotions.
Oh wait, no, it does because you can kill favorable winds. No!
Yeah.
No, I thought about it too late. Why aren't you a creature favorable winds?
Ivan,
1,
you're
2,
never going to
3,
see
4,
90-degree tapping in this
5.
game.
I mean, I think we still win, but it's less.
That's something he talks about, I think, during the NDA speech, which I'm a little worried about and which I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the stream, is that he talks about being really happy with some stuff and they really like some stuff. Which to me means they're getting less and less anxious to change it or considering suggestions on those fronts less and less. So once again, folks, if you have suggestions and you're in the game, put it on the forum now before they kind of get entrenched in what they like or what they're already happy with or any of that. Because they're getting to that point where there's things that they're going to put so far on the back burner because they have other stuff to deal with and stuff they think is more important. They're going to start putting a lot of stuff way back there. And if you want to change, like, this is your last chance probably for some things, at least for a long time.
Awesome. Less quick. So I think we're still good. I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it. Hey, for everybody who's asking about why cards are tapped the way they are,
Oh, here you go.
You guys in chat that know the
Ivan.
answers to that want to handle that for me? I would love you very much.
Oh, it doesn't even answer it.
Huh. So
It's
next
because
time I
they
get
were
to
originally squares, and they kind of are, and it's hard to tell if a square is
1.
tapped because it's square.
So 1, 2, 3.
much
4,
easier to tell if a
5,
rectangle
1,
is
2,
tapped.
2. I don't care if you play that next turn.
Also, I think you
yeah,
can
that's fine.
use up less board space if you do it diagonal than if you do it 90 degree.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with this because I'm just bashing with my whole team, dropping our opponent to 2,
Once you get in the game, Ivan, it's
and they can't kill us. So
you
I'm
don't even
pretty
notice
sure
it anymore.
That's aces with us. Oh, maze.
Once you get in the game, you just don't notice it.
Now I'm extra sure.
You
that
know
I
what's
don't care about
tapped, you
that.
know what isn't,
Oh,
but you
well,
have to
that'll
play
do
for a
the
little while. I agree
Hello.
that if you've never played this game, it might be confusing
Sometimes we're
coming from
saved by the
Magic.
deck. Again, I don't think it mattered because I can dive down the land through the.
But you play this game for a week and you know what's tapped and
exactly
what's
going to
not.
happen here.
Doesn't have to be 90 degrees.
All right, there you go. Can't maze our guy. We victorious. All right, we got halfway towards our goal.
2 for 1?
Ooh, an uncommon wild card. You know what we could use that for? We could use that for a golden demise to make our last deck a little better. Anyway, let's see. Our usernames locked in. We'll be able to change them. We'll username wipe. These are good questions. In fact, if you guys have good questions for me, feel free to hit us up on.
A lot of people feel that way, Ivan.
Beta. Drop these questions in the forums for us.
That's why people ask
if you
it
wanna
every
catch us on
time, but
social,
you'll get used
we
to it.
are on Twitter at
best I can give you.
MtG_arena, and on Facebook at facebook.com/MagicTheGathering_Arena. And we are keeping an eye on these things. I actually got somebody brand new to help me out with that. Which
Even
is
with
good.
Nate
There are a lot
Price
of you
streaming,
that
it's
just
bad to
want me.
watch. Get out of here, Shard.
But it's
out.
been a lot of fun
Impossible.
hanging out with you guys today. If you aren't signed up for the closed beta,
Impossible.
please get signed up. Like I said, we're gonna start ramping up even further.
This
the people
guy?
we've got in. We know there's a lot of people in the backlog waiting to get in, and so thank you for being patient with us. We're getting everybody in the game soonish, and working on that at least. And I look forward to hanging out with you next week. I'm gonna just give you a heads up. Like, I'm gonna be here next week, and then in 2 weeks we're gonna do something a little special. I'm going out of town, so I'm gonna do the old high five, high and low out, and have somebody else sit in for me.
Ooh, 2 week
to,
special guest
to stream
host.
for you lovely and wonderful individuals.
We think it's Omega
and
Bees, but we're not
I
sure.
will let you know who that is next week because I need to figure that out still, but work on it. Anyway, I've had a lot of fun with you guys.
What a
Thank you for
douchey
helping me get that
response as
Takama into
usual.
play. That was awesome. You guys are awesome. And I look forward to hanging out with you next week. So thanks a bunch, and good afternoon / good night, good morning, wherever you are.
All right. We did it, folks. We made it through that stream. I wonder if I could do that really fast. Let me just mess with something really fast here. Let's put a... Place the music back on. Let me see if I can just... No, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Not even gonna worry about it. Anyway, I think we've reached a low point for information. Like, we got the NDA news like 3 weeks ago, and then I was gonna try to draw up a bar graph really quick for you guys, and these last 2 streams have been almost nothing, a little bit, but you know, ebb and flow. Every peak needs a valley. However you want to say it. We have a big update incoming. We just don't know when. We got new sets incoming. We don't quite know when. We got the NDA lift coming. We don't know when. We got draft coming. We don't know when. There's a lot of stuff coming to this game still. So just because they're having a 2-week lull here, Chris Clay almost killed himself trying to give us information. Don't despair, people. I think we're on a good path right now. Hey, I got Nightbot. That's weird. Dan Bopes. Shout out to Dan Bopes, by the way. Who is the creator of MtG Bot and has done a lot of good work for streamers by creating that bot. Seems like a nice guy too. He shows up in Kenji's chat every now and then. Seems good. But thanks for that info, Shard. I can go a couple days without MTG Bot. It's the weekend anyways. I don't really stream anyway. I do like MTG Bot a lot though. So yeah, rip MTG Bot for the moment. So, right. So, we are at a low point for information right now, but there's a lot to be coming. And when the information comes, it's going to be fast and furious, folks. That new update is going to have a lot of stuff. There we go, Shard. Nice.